Since both Denji and Yuji might be getting power-ups soon, I wanted to delay that video and talk about Aki vs Megumi instead, since it's a fight where both characters have already gotten all their scaling and so we can go over them. Since these two shonen got very popular adaptations, we'll go over anime Aki versus anime Megumi, and then go over manga Aki versus manga Megumi. Let's get right to it. Let's go! The anime A Chainsaw Man only covers up to the fight between Denji and Katana Man, meaning Aki has downright terrible scaling compared to what the manga does. He was able to kill Katana Man, but this gives him at best a large building level scaling, since the best scaling the anime has is the Bat Devil ripping through buildings, the Fox Devil being the size of large buildings, and the Eternity Devil being a hotel. And even then the Fox Devil gets physically beaten by Katana Man, meaning only Aki's Curse Devil hacks would scale here. When it comes to speed, it's questionable if Aki is scaling in speed to Katana Man, since Katana Man blitzed him when he got back up. But just to be generous, we'll give him this Mach 22 calc Denji performed by blitzing the person who blitzed Aki. When it comes to abilities, the Aki we initially see has contracts with the Fox and Curse Devils, allowing him to use Cone to trap his enemies if they're weaker than it, and use his sword to instantly kill someone if he can land 3 attacks on them. Based on what we know in his recovery in the hospital, even if we give Aki this, it can only be used once, since he lacks the time left in his lifespan to use it after this. After losing both of these abilities, he made a contract with the Future Devil to gain a precognition a few seconds into the future. But his body does need to be capable of reacting to what he sees. It could be argued either one of these sets of abilities are better, since the Curse Devil was capable of killing Katana Man, but then the Snake Fiend says Aki's moves improved since last time and he was fighting the Ghost Devil, which was also able to overwhelm Katana Man. Jujutsu Kaisen has a wide range of scaling due to the fact that domains are created with cursed energy, but the building level feats are there on top of the fact that Megumi was able to have a domain tug of war with Dagon, someone able to create small town to island level domains depending on who you ask, meaning Megumi does have more consistently better physical scaling. To support the domain argument a bit, since Chainsaw Man fans hate JJK being strong, we see in Gojo vs Sukuna that the inside and outside of a barrier do not have to match in size, meaning the interior of a domain is made entirely of created energy. Speed in Jujutsu Kaisen is contentious due to Gege's writing inconsistencies, but this isn't an issue in the anime as Naoya doesn't exist yet to cap the verse, meaning Maki's roughly Mach 30 bullet calc exists, on top of Toji being somewhat relative to lightning and Megumi being able to dodge some attacks by Toji, meaning Megumi is either relative in speed or over a dozen times faster. When it comes to abilities, Megumi possesses the 10 Shadows, which he can fuse to make Agito and summon Maharaga, one of the strongest beings in all of Jujutsu Kaisen, and even able to contend with Sukuna. Wait, sorry, that was actually Sukuna using 10 Shadows better than he did, my bad. He can summon Demon Dog Totality that kinda scratched Hanami a little bit. On top of this, he can land Black Flash to rejuvenate his cursed energy and unleash 120% of his potential. Oh wait, sorry, Megumi never actually landed a Black Flash, would you believe that? My bad. At least Megumi managed to learn the pinnacle of Jujutsu sorcery, Domain Expansion, which he named Chimera Shadow Garden. The biggest strength of these domains is that in crossverse discussions, people pretty much just accept that the sure hit effect will land on the opponent. So Megumi can use his sure hit effect to... Oh, well, Megumi doesn't have a sure hit effect for crossverse matches like Yuji and Sukuna do. Oh well. At least his domain still seems to make him stronger, since he went from losing to a finger bearer to defeating it. If you want a number for this, domains are stated to be the strongest expression of Jujutsu more or less, meaning it might outscale Mahito's instant spirit body in terms of an amp, which was a flat 200% increase, or the temporary increase in output of Black Flash, which is either 2.5 times or exponential. As much as I love to hate Megumi, he does physically body Aki, since the anime for both are at different points in their progressions. And no matter which form we talk about, Maharaga isn't really a dub, but the only reason Megumi survived that in Shibuya was because Sukuna wanted to steal his body, so someone else could make better use of it. When it comes to the manga, Megumi is unfortunately really not any better off at all, as his best scaling for crossverse still comes from Dagon and Toji, but he shows some better stamina in the Culling games. He also gains no new abilities since he just uses Chimera Shadow Garden and 10 Shadows and doesn't manage to land a Black Flash, or use Reverse Curse Technique or anything cool like that. The best thing is that while Mach 3 Naoya lets all the down players slither out, Hikari dodging lightning, Sukuna slashing electromagnetic waves, and Gojo's imaginary mass make Lightning, Toji, and by extension Megumi more consistent, with the Mach of Lightning being roughly 364. Aki, however, makes a drastic jump, as thanks to the Future Devil he was able to keep up with Rez and land some attacks on her, which could damage her even if it didn't mean much thanks to her regeneration. This is better than most people would think, as Rez outscales the likes of the Typhoon Devil, who could create a storm over Tokyo which could range from mountain to country level depending on how much of Tokyo you think was covered. Aki does directly state he can't make one mistake after seeing Rez's power, meaning his durability isn't up to par, but his attacks can damage people on that level. Again, it's meaningless because of her regeneration, but that's an ability Megumi does not have. Since he could react to her gasoline-based explosions, he might scale to this Mach 183 calc I managed to find, making the difference only 2 times at most now. However, he doesn't seem to have gained any new abilities, meaning while he can damage Megumi now and can dodge some attacks with precog, he's still outnumbered, outsped, and outmatched. And with Aki's own admission, the fight is ending the moment he makes one mistake. What about Gun Devil Aki? While he does get better destructive ability and isn't paper thin anymore, if you want the best numbers for him, he is vaguely stronger than his previous self, and by extension the Typhoon Devil. While you can come up with a scaling chain of a few times or so based on Denji outscaling people who previously outscaled him, the numerical gap between characters varies drastically from series to series. In a series like Demon Slayer, someone can get 100 times stronger and still not one-shot the person they were fighting. Whereas in Dragon Ball, being like 30% stronger than someone else lets you just chad through everything they can do. We also know Chainsaw Man has to eat a devil to erase it, and killed Aki by stabbing him, meaning Aki might have regen to an extent as a fiend, but he can still be killed. Super late in production, editor Neat here. While the Gun Devil does have a better speed feat, going off it shooting a distance of 500 kilometers in a second, when converting to miles and exponentially increasing the 1 second to 1 minute to 1 hour conversion, it comes out to basically being a little bit over 1400 Mach, which would give Gun Devil Aki the edge in speed by about 4 times. With Megumi still having a more versatile moveset in New A, Elephant Totality, and Bunny Escape with Chimera Shadow Garden to slow Aki down, and a domain that would amp him since him reacting to Toji was done outside of his domain while he was fatigued from using domain expansion. Considering Mahito, someone with comparable if not more talent than Megumi, who is literally made of cursed energy, can only use domain once in a week. I want to make sure I'm not underestimating the Gun Devil, but I still see Megumi's jumping inside of his domain, leading to him taking the W. But like I said before, it's a lot closer than I think people would give Aki credit for, and I could see the case for Aki, but I think consistently Megumi's numbers would be too much. If you disagree and think Aki wins, even without equal stats, let me know when, and more importantly, why. If you have your own video on the topic, let me know so I can react to it on stream. Bye bye!